Our program will now begin. Please welcome to the stage Central Scholarship President Tiara Dorsey.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to freeze, but I'm looking at this audience and my heart fills with joy. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome. On behalf of Central Scholarship and our Board of Directors, I want to welcome you to our 16th Annual Student Awards Ceremony. So, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. We have so many wonderful supporters who are in the audience, some who've been with us for several years and some new. And I just want to take a minute to acknowledge them. My dear friend Debbie Weinberg of GEM is here in the audience. Johnny K. McLean of One Step Up and Digital Harbor is here. Thank you, Johnny K., for coming out. Suzanne Levin-Lapidus of the Baltimore Design School. Sharon and Frank Coleman of Coleman and Saucer Law Firm. Dear friend Wander and Dr. Draper, friends and my very first keynote speaker for this wonderful ceremony a couple of years ago. Rhonda and Zed Smith of the Cordish Group. Sharon Nevins and Latanya Jerkins of the Baltimore Banner. And many members of the Baltimore Carrots are here. And many members of the board are here tonight, and I thank you so much for being here. So, many of you know this event was established to recognize our amazing students and our supporters. Their dedication and accomplishment is what we celebrate, because without them, Central Scholarship would not be who we are. So this is truly a meaningful day for me and for our board. And again, I am just ecstatic to be here. So I know many of you are wondering what is student verse, other than the theme for tonight's program. Well, student verse represents the 99 years of Central Scholarship and the work that we do and our tradition and our legacy. You see, many of our students have far exceeded the expectations that were set for them. And Central Scholarship has always been here to ensure that they do just that, exceed expectations through the programs for which we offer. So many of our scholars, past and present, you'll have an opportunity to witness and hear from tonight during our panel. So, one of the characteristics that we look for in the students that are selected is altruism, persistence, and their willingness to go higher. Whether it's done through their work, whether it's done through the organizations in their communities, our students shine. They absolutely shine. So, because of them, we have this opportunity. Central Scholarship lifts them up, and in turn, they lift others up. And that's what Student Verse is all about. So, we have an extremely exciting program for you this evening. And before I go any further, I would like to introduce a member of Student Verse. So please put your hands together for a social media star and Central Scholarship alum, Julian Juju Wong. Wait. Is Juju not here? Oh my. Are you serious? Okay. Well, Ladies and gentlemen, it appears we're actually getting a live signal from Juju's TikTok for everyone to see. So, Juju?
Hey young scholars, it's Juju here, aka Professor Juju, your favorite college expert, reporting live from TikTok Live, and I'm your MC for the night. So my train from New York City to Baltimore ran late, and I'm going through traffic right now, but I'm on my way to get the celebration started. If Central Scholarship has taught me anything, it's that we always find a way, and we always make it happen, for you, for me, and our community. So thanks to technology, I can hop on live right now and welcome everyone to the 2023 Central Scholarship Student Award Ceremony. Congratulations to all the students in attendance and all the supporters for being here this evening. Oh my gosh, it's literally running through lights right now. I'm really trying to get to y'all. I am breaking a sweat. I really need these cars to move faster because I can't wait to see everyone and celebrate everyone, learn about your stories, hear about the schools you're going to, and all the amazing things coming your way. Like, I want to see all of you right here, right now. I know, I love my Uber driver. They're doing the best that they can. We're making our way over to you all. But to be honest, we're hitting the red lights. And sometimes we hit red lights in life.
And there's the museum.
Oh, okay, we can see it. We can see it. I see it, my eyes. I see the building right there. I literally can almost touch it. Okay, not quite, but I could feel it. I'm in the area. I'm in the presence of the building and everyone here in sight. So, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Look cute on live, make sure I look decent. And really, y'all, I don't wear heels that often, so hopefully I also don't trip and fall when I get on stage. Don't laugh at me if I do, because I might. All right, but we get back up. I'm gonna get back up, but I'm also not gonna put it out in the universe that I'm gonna trip and fall. That is not gonna happen. But you know what? We're here, we're gonna make it happen. I already made it all the way from New York City, and that's not stopping me at all whatsoever, okay? So I'm pulling up, I see the entrance. Thank you so much, Uber driver, I appreciate you. Oh, let me figure out how to get out of this car. Okay, wow, all right. We're here, I'm running in. I see the door. Oh my gosh, doors, okay. Doors, okay. I'm coming up. I see the building. I can't wait to see your faces. I'm taking things one step at a time. I'm literally going up right now. This is a workout. I'm getting my cardio in for the day. Oh my gosh, I think I'm lost. There's a lot happening. Oh my gosh, wait, I think I see security, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm here for the event. Where is it? I don't know where I'm going. Please tell me where to go. I'm here for the scholarship event. Okay, I think I'm here. Let me get myself together. I'm gonna head out to y'all right now. We're here. My gosh. Woo! All right, everybody. Let me catch my breath. Oh, thank you. I hear claps. Thank you. I'll take it. Woo! We have made it. And I'm here with you all right now. So let me get a temperature check as I catch my breath. If you're excited to celebrate free money, let me hear you scream. Okay. I think y'all can do better than that. How about everyone on the top level? If you're excited to celebrate free money, let me hear you scream. Okay, I like that. Okay, this is our last one. Bottom level, last chance. This is your best chance. If you're here to celebrate free money and young people, let me hear you scream. All right. Whew. Okay, thank you, President Dorsey, and thank you for your patience. This has been a wild day, but I'm here, y'all. I am here, and you're here, and you all deserve to be here. And we are here together. at Central Scholarship's 16th Annual Student Award Ceremony. Give it up one more time. So my name is Juju. I use she, her pronouns, and I am your MC for the night. It's been such an honor to be in front of you all today to celebrate our students' milestones and accomplishments with their families and loved ones. Students, where are my students at? Can I see y'all? Okay, waves, okay, I love it. Good to see everyone. Students, this is your night, so be present and soak it all in. But also take lots of photos, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram and TikTok if we take any selfies together. Speaking of social media, I can't go on without doing my signature intro, so here it goes. If y'all see me on TikTok, you'll hear this a lot. I'm Professor Juge, your favorite college expert, and here's what we're gonna learn today. I am a self-proclaimed edupreneur, an educator, and an entrepreneur based in New York City and San Francisco. I'm a content creator that makes college process more accessible to all young people, but especially first-generation students and Black, Indigenous, and people of color. As a first-generation college student and a daughter of working-class immigrants myself, I've had to navigate our education system and finesse my financial aid and funds strategically. And with the help of Central Scholarship, I was able to graduate with my master's debt-free. Yeah! I didn't even have to cue you for that one. I didn't have to cue you for that one. It's been a journey, but I'm very honored to say that. Do you know what the number one privilege that being debt-free has allowed me to do? Being debt-free has given me the privilege of choice. While my parents, like many families in America, have had to live a life of survival, I get to reap the benefits of having the opportunity to choose. After 10 years of serving students in higher education, I chose to leave my full-time job. And I chose to pursue entrepreneurship because I knew my value and worth. So, as we celebrate our choices that you all have made to lead you to this moment tonight, and as you begin your journey across the studentverse, keep this in mind. We all have the power to create our own realities. But we can't do it alone, and we shouldn't have to. We all need each other to continue to advocate for equity, justice, and systemic changes, so all people feel empowered to make their own choices, to live the life that they want to live. And we don't need an alternate universe to do that. Let's start with the one that we're in right here, right now. The studentverse. It's our time. So, I could talk about this all day, I really could. But to be honest, tonight is about one special group of individuals, the students. Since many of you are experiencing the event for the first time, and you have yet to see how deep the studentverse actually goes. So, let's hear from a few of our current scholars who wanted to pass on the words of encouragement to our new awardees.
Hi everyone at Central Scholarship, my name is Asha Davis and I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations to all the future award recipients in honor of this year's theme, Student First, making an impact on the world and paying it forward. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Central Scholarship for funding my education and allowing that education to help me pay it forward. I'm a public health science student and the scholarship has allowed me to continue my education at the University of Maryland and to ensure that I will be getting a very beneficial and successful career upon graduation, hopefully as a physician associate.
Hi guys, my name is Rachel and I just wanted to say congratulations to the new Central Scholarship Scholars. I hope you guys enjoy being part of this as much as I do, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things that you guys are going to do in the future. Anyway, have a good day and have a good year. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to our most recent Central Scholarship Award recipients. This is an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud and take the time to celebrate all the things you've done throughout your senior year and high school experience. I'm really proud of you and I can't wait to see all of the amazing things that you do in the upcoming year. Enjoy your college experience and congratulations!
Congratulations! It's the time of the year again when you are awarded as the proud recipient of this year's Central Scholarship Award. I'm wishing you well in your upcoming semester, and I'm hoping that you do well. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Omi Shashper, and I am a 4th year student at Drexel University and a former recipient of Central Scholarship's Lessons Award. I'm currently completing my 3rd and final internship as part of my 5-year program, and Central Scholarship has been a tremendous support throughout my college journey. Congratulations to all of you for receiving this prestigious honor. You should be incredibly proud. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and I would like to offer this advice. Maintain your enthusiasm for learning and seize every beneficial opportunity that comes your way. Your journey begins now, and it is essential to position yourself for success in all that lies ahead.
Hi Central Scholarship 2023-2024 recipients. My name is Garrett Burton, and I want to extend a huge congratulations to you all on winning your awards. Central Scholarship has helped me tremendously as I pursue my Master's of Public Health and Healthcare Management at the University of Maryland. After graduation, I'm aiming to become a healthcare consultant, project manager, or community health needs assessment coordinator in underserved and developing areas, and I could not be where I am today if it were not for Central Scholarship support. Once again, many congratulations to you all, and I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming semester and future endeavors.
Great. These are only a handful of students who wanted to excitedly welcome you to the Studentverse. Speaking of excited, if I recall correctly, the students had a special challenge that was handed to them during the reception. Did you really think that we were gonna wait till the end of today's show to go through the raffle? So, I bet you did, but not on our time. Let's see how competitive this is. If you completed and turned in a bingo card, raise your hand for everyone to see. Hands, hands, hands. Okay, I got some hands. Okay, great. All right. Do you want to see who's going home with a brand new luggage? Yeah, I know. All right. So, you know what? Let's find out right now. If you would like to send your good energy to the bowl right now, please do. All right. Great. All right. Okay. I'm going to do my best to read this. Carolyn Denise. All right, you're the winner. Congratulations. Congratulations to our lucky winner. So you can collect your prize while you exit the building tonight. One of our staff members will be there to help you. We weren't going to give you that, in the middle of the show. But enjoy your luggage on all your travels and all your journeys. Okay, I will hold on to this. So, all right. Students, family members, alumni, and members of our Studentverse, it's our time. Together, we have laid a foundation for ourselves. For some of us, it started with an application and a goal of getting through college. For others, it began with an idea to jumpstart their careers. For all of us, as we're learning in our journeys, the work doesn't ever stop. Because really, I left my 9 to 5 to work 24 hours a day as an entrepreneur, and that's my life right now. But you know what? It keeps going, right? We are lucky to be here today because we're standing on the shoulders of people who came before us. Whether it was a parent, a teacher, a coach, a generous donor, or even a historical figure who changed the landscape of education forever. So, all of this leads to our time. What is next? Who will the scholars of today impact tomorrow? And how does our foundation in the Studentverse, our time here, open the gate for revolutions and maybe even the challenges that lie ahead? Because as we know, there are many in front of us. Oh, well, don't look at me. I don't have the answer. Truthfully, nobody knows. But that's a wonderful thing about the Studentverse. Our knowledge combined can prove to be an invaluable resource. And as we approach these topics, this brings us to our keynote portion of the evening. Please join me in welcoming our keynote moderator, Central Scholarship alumnus, and current Central Scholarship staff member, Adefikayo Dipe, to the stage.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Adefikayo Digbe, but you can call me Addie. And tonight I have the privilege of being your moderator tonight. But before I begin, I would like to share just a little bit about myself. I was born in Nigeria, but I was raised right here in this vibrant city of Baltimore. And I pursued a higher education at Georgia Southern University, where I studied information technology with a concentration in cybersecurity. And it was during my time there that I had the amazing privilege to be supported by Central Scholarship, where they were able to be pivotal in my educational journey. And now, today, I work there as a development intern. It is so beautiful to be able to see how my story was able to come full circle. And tonight, believe me when I say I have the privilege to be standing before you as your moderator tonight. As we welcome you here, we want you to be inspired, encouraged, and motivated by the incredible stories of our exceptional students who have conquered obstacles to create a better future for themselves and their communities. So before we begin, let's hear from some of our members from the Student Verse who embody what it means to make the most of our time.
So growing up in Montgomery County, it was definitely the duality of being Latino and American, especially in Montgomery County, was always a struggle in a way, especially as a child of immigrant parents and parents who have fled violence, war, gangs in Central America. Sometimes education is the only option to kind of show that their parents' sacrifice was worth it.
I grew up in Baltimore County area near Overly. My mom is a nurse. I have an older brother and a younger sister. And my dad is a mathematician. Education was very important to my family. It was stressed as probably one of the most important things.
My family, we don't have many successes in my family. I can look back and count on my hand how many people has actually made it. And what I mean by make it, I mean like own a house, own a car, not going backwards.
I grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, a lot of family. So school was important, but as far as like after you're graduating high school, like college wasn't really like a thing. It was always just that financial burden of trying to, pay for school and then not wanting to build up so many loans along the way. So it was just on and off. And then I said, well, I have to work.
This is part of being the first child of immigrant parents navigating the education system by myself. I applied to my school on like a gut instinct. I couldn't even pay for it by myself. First semester was close to $6,000 out of my pocket.
I probably would not have been able to pay for college if it hadn't been for Central Scholarship. I went to University of Maryland College Park. I graduated with an aerospace engineering degree with a specification in astronautics, and I am going to Northwestern Law School for an MSL in the fall.
I decided to pick up some side jobs. I was having issues. I kept getting the door slammed on me. No. We're not looking for this type, we're not looking for that type. We need this amount of experience, we need that amount of experience, and I didn't have any of it. I just made a decision in my mind that I just can't take this anymore. You know what I'm saying? I can't take the generational, I just can't take the suffering anymore. Like somebody has to do something.
I've always wanted to be a nurse, so our plan was to get our CNA licenses and so we can transfer to jobs that we were able to go to school and work. And she had mentioned to me about Central Scholarship, and she said, just, go do an application, you do an interview, and, see if you get the scholarship. She's like, it can't hurt anything. And I'm like, yeah, well, I need the extra financial support, so I will do that. And I ended up getting a scholarship to go to the school that I went to, Gandhi Health Career Services, and it helped out a lot. Like, it really did.
I'm in graduate school to become a school counselor. I wouldn't even have considered going to graduate school if it wasn't for Central Scholarship. Thank you to all of the supporters in Central Scholarship. With Central Scholarship, I've been able to just live as a normal, whatever normal is, person without having to worry, oh my gosh, I have a $6,000 bill at the end of May to pay, or at the beginning of January when I register for classes. And it's just allowed me to save and make plans for future goals, houses, wedding plans, any big financial decisions my fiance and I have in the near future.
I went to ABC, Associated Builders and Contractors at Baltimore, ABC Baltimore. Electricity was the trade. It's a 4-year program. As I'm in my first year of schooling, I'm talking to the teachers there at the schooling, and she mentioned Central Scholarship to everyone. So when the Central Scholarship contacted me back, it was perfect. It gave me a jump start. It helped me out. It took me from out of the hole and back to where I need to be. Didn't feel like I was working backwards anymore after that. As a matter of fact, after that, I took off. I was able to stay afloat and never go. I haven't been backwards since. So now I'm a journeyman electrician. I want to say thank you because my family has been struggling since the very beginning. And Central Scholarship has really helped me tremendously. I just got blessed through the scholarship, so it gave me a boost of energy. I could sit up straight in my class. I can actually focus on my work instead of focusing on, all right, well, how am I going to get this bill paid by next week? You know what I mean? So it definitely did give me a lot of confidence. I felt like a star instantly.
I have infinite gratitude for all of the supporters and the donors of Central Scholarship. I was able to graduate in 4 years, independently financing my entire education, housing expenses, academic expenses, everything. And I was able to graduate without any debt and completely independently financed.
I currently work at Franklin Square Medical Center, and I work on a med-surg unit. So it's very interesting and it's exciting, and I'm just, like, every day I'm like, I'm really a nurse. Like, it's just a shock, but I love it. I just really like helping people. Like, that's always been a thing for me, and I appreciate the help of Central Scholarship to be able to help me help other people.
The stories shared by those 4 individuals in that video display only a few ways our students, who started exactly where you are now, committed to their goals, used the connections available to them, and used it to go higher. But this network, called the Studentverse, contains a multitude of stories just like theirs, and as we are about to learn, when we weave together the stories of our community, they review the proof of Central Scholarship's mission. To further share these stories, we are fortunate to have 2 outstanding alumni and 2 current participants of our program here today to share their stories with us. And together, they span 2 decades of scholarships, achievements, and innovation. Please welcome our keynote panelists, Dr. Hodge Clark, Freddie Klemeko, Ashley Pope, and Mayowa Dikbe to the stage. Okay, and audience, if you have any burning questions, on your program there is a QR code that you can use, and if you use the QR code and you go to the SAC landing page, you'll able to see where you'll be able to submit any questions that you have for our panelists here, and we will begin to roll out the answers to those questions on our social media, so please make sure you follow us on socials as well. Thank you. Our panelists, thank you so much for giving us your time and your expertise this evening. We really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, are we ready?
Go for it.
All right. So panelists, could you please introduce yourself? Tell us your current position and when you were funded by Central Scholarship.
Thanks, I'll start. Hi, good evening, everyone. So my current position, I'm Senior Assistant Dean of Program Planning at Georgetown University. I'm going to date myself, but I was funded when I finished high school in 2000. I attended Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. I also received funding for my doctoral studies as well at the University of Maryland, College Park in 2004. So a long time ago, long time ago. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Hodge.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashley Pope. I'm an internal audit manager at Wells Fargo in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was funded by Central Scholarship. I believe it started my sophomore year, and then 2007 and 2008, I was a Strauss Foundation Scholar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. My name is Freddie Climaco. I am the current out-of-school time program coordinator for the Montgomery County Collaboration Council down in Rockville, Maryland, and I'm in grad school right now for school counseling at Loyola University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Oluwa Maiwa Dikbe. People call me Maiwa for short. I am currently a sophomore attending Emory University. I was funded by Central Scholarship my freshman year of college, 2022 to 2023, and also my sophomore year of college, 2023 to 2024.
Thank you so much. All right. So, before you knew about Central Scholarship, what was your plan for financing your education? Don't all answer at once.
I'll start, being the oldest on the panel. It was, always knew scholarships and grants were going to be the things that would fund my education. I worked hard in high school and knew that academically I performed well. And my mother, who's here tonight as well, she was always relentless in making sure that we were seeking out as many opportunities. Yeah. And certainly when this came along, it was definitely a blessing to support my matriculation through college and grad school.
Thank you, Dr. Hodge.
So when I entered college, I was prepared to pay in all loans. So initially I had a Sallie Mae loan and then Department of Education loans. And throughout college, I was able to receive scholarships through several organizations. So luckily that helped me graduate. I think at the time I graduated, I had 2 or 3 years of college paid off through scholarships.
That's amazing.
So I didn't answer the last question in the first part, sorry. I've been receiving scholarships for the past 3 school years now. I'm on my last school year. And my first semester, like I mentioned in the video, my bill for tuition was about like $65,000. I had about like $1,500 left in my savings. So obviously that wasn't the way to go. Tuition was gonna be $10,000 at one semester. So I didn't really know. I mean, that's been part of the life of being the first one to go through these systems, not really knowing what to do. So that's when I found Central Scholarship, and now we're here. Yeah.
So for me, there was really no other option but to be funded for school for my education. I had to apply for many different scholarships, and that was the only option for me to be able to afford a school, especially a school like Emory University.
Thank you. Did your scholarship help you develop any kind of financial stability?
I'll say certainly. I mean, in a way, yes and no, very openly. In a way, yes, because if we do the math, $10,000 for spring, $10,000 for the fall, 3 years later, $60,000, $65,000 buffer room. There was no way I would have ever done that or even had the chance to pay it off. So in a way, yes, I've been able to move funds into undergrad loans, maybe twice a month payments or just bigger payments once a month. So it's a duality kind of it. Yes, I've had a little bit of financial stability, but barely, because I'm able to spend a little more into undergrad loans.
Thank you.
So like I previously said, I came from a low-income family of 6. And when I was young, my parents always enforced education upon us. But I did know that with education came a lot of fees and tuitions and different types of expenses. So I have 3 other sisters, and we're all 2 years apart, meaning that consistently for 10 years, one of us is always going to be in college. And for 6 of the years, 2 of us are going to be in college at the same time. So you can imagine how stressful this could be for my immigrant parents who came to this country for solely our own education. So receiving the Central Scholarship, there was a form of weight that was lifted off my shoulders. I immediately went to go and tell my parents the good news about receiving the Central Scholarship. It is those who are facing financial instability who truly understand that unsettling feeling it is to know that your education is being threatened and at danger due to not being able to afford education. It is also them who understand the joy of receiving a scholarship, knowing that you can further on your education. So like I said, I was extremely happy that when I learned that I received the Central Scholarship. And Central Scholarship has helped me in so many ways, including helping me to be able to attend my prestigious university that has high concentration and high ranking in my desired profession, and also has helped me cover many different expenses, including books and traveling expenses. And when I received Central Scholarship, it also was someone telling me that they believe in me, they believe in my purpose, they believe in my mission. And one thing that has always done for me constantly ever since I received the scholarship is a reminder anytime I am feeling low or I'm struggling in school or even just being hundreds of miles away from my family. It was that constant reminder that to push me to keep on going because there are people who believe in me and have invested into my life.
Thank you. So we are going to move on to the next question, if that's okay, and we're going to be going to the world event segment of our question. Now, what were some noteworthy events that impacted the world during your education?
You want me to take that? I'll start. So again, recognizing I'm the oldest on the panel, 9/11 was my sophomore year of college, and major life event. It was a moment where, I formed a great deal of empathy. I went to school with a number of classmates who were from New York and some of the areas most impacted, and so it was life-changing. It caused major disruptions to a lot of the way that we worked. Even traveling back and forth changed because of 9/11, and so it was definitely a moment that will forever stick with me in my college experience. I know exactly what class I was in when I got the news, and so it was huge.
If I may ask, how did it affect your college experience specifically?
I think it really fostered community. It was in that moment that, again, I had a number of friends and classmates, and specifically in New York, friends who had family who were working in the Twin Towers, and we all had to just come together. And this was, in terms of cell phones, I think a few of us had cell phones then, but the connections weren't quite there to be able to engage. And so it fostered community amongst all of us. And I think that carried through throughout my entire time in college is that sense of coming together in moments of tragedy and supporting each other. And so, again, I just, to this day, just value that tremendously.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that experience. Ms. Pope, were you going to say something?
Yes. When I was in college, there was the recession. That ended around 2008, I believe. That same year is when President Obama was elected into office. And then also the Bernie Madoff scandal happened around that time as well. All of those affected me. I'm in the accounting industry. So as a result of the Bernie Madoff scandal, a lot of the laws that were implemented afterwards highly affected the accounting profession. So even though we were coming off of a recession, a lot of companies were looking for accounting majors. So that actually helped me when I graduated in finding employment. And then, of course, just Barack Obama being elected just was like the highlight of my college experience, just seeing that.
Thank you.
We're going to do like a quick crash course history. Moving on to the next president, unfortunately. He who shall not be named, kind of like Harry Potter. I was at UMD that year, and my first semester I had a professor who is gay, and there was 2 students in a big lecture room just verbally abuse him. And I'd go from classes like that, and I'm also an undergrad, a Spanish major, all pre-Columbus down to like yesterday. And you can kind of imagine the kind of conversations that would go on. We'd be saying all of the nice Spanish, Latino curse words about white supremacy, and then I'd go back to the other classroom and I'd just see those same students. So like an anger would build, of huge frustration would build. And so that, while also working out-of-school time programs for Title I schools, mainly Latino students, Black students, brown students, it would create even more frustration and anger in a sense. So that building community was such a key part in those years, because that's part of the only thing that we were able to do. Talking to parents, picking up their 6-year-olds, like, is ICE coming to our school? Like, we're in the middle of Gaithersburg, like, largely Latino, South Asian families. They're like, is ICE gonna come here? And I'm an undergrad, how am I supposed to know this, man? But I have to say, ma'am, no, you're completely fine. Like, we are having these conversations. And so that whole presidency with He Who Shall Not Be Named pushed me to school counseling, to end up, fighting for the injustices and the inequalities and having these kind of conversations, these unsettling conversations. And when you're the only, Latino guy in a room full of white students who don't want to talk about racism, who don't want to talk about, systemic racism and everything else and the isms, So it built a huge frustration, and that's kind of what changed and influenced my education. And so now in undergrad, I'm able to have these conversations a little more openly, a little more calmly, but it took a lot of work to change that anger, that hate, that frustration into, deep passion.
All right, thank you. All right, Mayowa.
So one of the events that was a world-changing event was, of course, the pandemic. It had a big impact on even my high school experience and even the process of going to college. There was a lot of positive, but also a lot of negative things. A lot of times I had to learn how to do things by myself, learn how to do a lot of the research by myself, especially for my junior year where I was not in school and I was actually at home and we were doing virtual school. So that was one thing that really did affect me, but it did teach me how to be very independent, and also helped me to be able to learn about different opportunities that I can receive as a student.
Thank you so much, Mayowa. We are now going to be going to our affirmative action and student loan debt relief part of our questions tonight. Now, Dr. Hodge, I will be starting with you.
Easy questions, right?
You currently serve as the Assistant Dean for Program Planning at Georgetown School of Continuing Studies. With the end of affirmative action, how can we expect institutions to value diversity, equity, inclusion in their student body?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's naturally timely right now. I think what a lot of institutions are doing, Georgetown included, is coming out and making statements in support of diverse student bodies to give that sense of comfort. Because certainly it's unsettling. It's unsettling as an administrator of color. It's unsettling having been, a student of color in these spaces. And I think that's one way. Among the other ways that I'm seeing institutions kind of reaffirm their commitment is through other scholarship opportunities as well. So while the Supreme Court decision was specifically on admissions, a number of institutions are still reaffirming that, hey, we will have specific scholarships for different students of color or based on socioeconomic status. And so I think it's through those channels that a lot of institutions are committing. One other interesting thing that I'm seeing, and I think this speaks a lot to what is yet to come, and being an alum of an HBCU, I think what we're also going to see is a huge influx to institutions that were designed with these students in mind. And so what I'm also hearing is that a lot of HBCUs, as HSIs as well, are trying to start building more infrastructure, more dorms, building capacity, in recognition of the fact that, in the next few years, we're naturally going to see some changes in terms of composition at a number of the probably the elite institutions, but really every institution is having to take a second look at their practices to be compatible with the law. So, yeah, so there's a lot ahead, a lot yet to be seen, but I think the statements are one way that I'm seeing a commitment on the part of many institutions.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you so much for your informative response. Ashley, as someone who works in the financial sector as an internal audit manager for Wells Fargo, we thought this question would be perfect for you. What do you think student loan debt relief discussion reveals about the need for financial literacy in America?
I think that financial literacy will be extremely important for current students in college and those going into college. When I was a high school student, I wanted to go to an out-of-state school. I was looking at Virginia, Pennsylvania, Georgia. One, my mother told me no. But then two, I saw the bill for one of the schools. It was about $40,000 per year. I ended up attending the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, which was 3 hours away, so far enough to not be home. But UMES, their tuition was $40,000 for the whole 4 years. So when I saw that, I immediately didn't let my mother know she was right, but I decided that's where I was gonna go. At the time, what I didn't know was interest. So with interest, yes, you may pay that $40,000 per year or whatever the rate may be, but by the time you graduate, that $40,000 may be $80,000. Right. And then once you start paying $100 per month because your bills are adding up, then you may be at $100,000 and $200,000. I have friends that have taken out about $100,000 worth of loans, have paid that back, but they still owe $100,000 in loans. And I think it's going to be important for young folks to understand that because, again, $40,000 per year may not sound like a lot, but once you start to add interest, that is a lot. I have a friend that is unable to buy a house because of her student loans. So it's going to be extremely important that we educate these young folks so that they are understanding of what that means for their future.
And if I may, I just want to piggyback on that because I think your experience resonates with me. With my oldest son, my husband and I sat down with him. He wanted to go to a private institution out of state. I was like, okay, here's what they're offering. Here's what they're not offering. And we literally sat down and talked about, okay, here's where some loans will have to fill the void, but here's how much you would have to pay as soon as you graduate. And so it's having those conversations that really makes a difference in helping students make the right decision about their education. And also, I think naturally, knowing what resources are available, like Central Scholarship, knowing that you can go beyond just your own institution to find support. And so I think I wholeheartedly agree. It's going to, continual education is huge for any college students right now.
Our time is ticking, but I really want to get to this specific question. Do you have any resources that students and parents that are sitting in this room could possibly use? Just bullet point them out really quickly for financial literacy.
Financial literacy, you can definitely start. Google is an easy one. I think a lot of students are on TikTok. There's a lot of good information on there, but you have to make sure you get it from a trusted source. Speaking with financial professionals, I'm a part of an organization called NABA, the National Association of Black Accountants, and we actually go to colleges and universities and provide some of this financial literacy information. Trying to think, I mean, even Central Scholarship is an organization that would help with that. So it's just a matter of doing that research, finding a financial advisor even. It's a good place to start, even as a young student. Those are all good resources for financial literacy.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
So Freddie, as someone who is heavily involved in minority communities, with these provisions being removed from from the college administration process, what obstacles does this pose for diverse students of different language and different cultural backgrounds?
Aside from everything else, like citizenship, document status, language barriers, healthcare access, all of it, it's going to affect everything, in my honest opinion. It'll create a smaller percentage of students of diverse backgrounds in these school systems, in these higher education systems. Schools, let's just stick with 15%. If 15% are from the Philippines, honestly, the next school year is probably going to be like 5%. And then in turn, it's a ripple effect that we don't honestly know how big it's going to be. I'm not in politics, but like politically speaking, it's gonna get into everything, down to the economy, down to housing market, lawyers, teachers, all of the professions it's gonna revert back, honestly. We're gonna see less teachers that are, that look like the students that we want to work with, like Black, Brown, and Latino students, excuse me. And it's gonna change everything. The healthcare system, again, is gonna get so systemically just oppressive, it's gonna mess up everything. The studies that we see about how, Black women don't receive as much medicine in the hospitals, that's probably gonna get worse. Just the same thing as citizenship numbers, the refugee crisis, all of it's gonna affect everything. The ripple effect, this wasn't just a pebble that they dropped in the water. This is like tsunamis times 100 hitting a tiny island.
Yeah, thank you so much, Freddie. Thank you. Mayoa, as a current student at Emory University, how do you see these initiatives impacting student organizations and communities on campus?
Having affirmative action has impacted many students like me and myself as well, but now that things have changed, that is also going to be an impact on our community. When first coming to my school, my first thing that I was thinking about is to find a community of students who are like me, who I can relate with. I'm hundreds of miles away from home, and I'm trying to find my own home away from home. Because of the consequences of ending affirmative action, I have a fear that the community is going to start declining over the years, that there's going to be less diversity in the schools. A lot of times you can look around, and when there's a lack of diversity, students begin to think, do I actually belong here? In return, causing students to transfer to other schools where they feel, or even sometimes leaving school, to where they feel they're more included or they're accepted or where they belong. Having a community in my school has had such a great impact on me. It has helped me to get support from different students and faculty, but my fear is that in the future years to come, students like me will not be able to have that same support system or those same community that will help them throughout their college years.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wish this panel could go on forever, but unfortunately we are down to our very last question. And it is, one of the qualities here Central Scholarship looks for in scholars is their ability to be able to make an impact. What is one piece of advice you would offer students here tonight as they seek to make their own impact in the world? Dr. Hodge?
I'll start. So when I think about my alma mater, one of our mottos was making a choice to change the world. And so I think be intentional, be deliberate in what you do, and take the values that you have from your home life and carry them throughout your education, throughout your career. For me, it's always been gratitude, but it's also been this recognition of, hey, I want to see change. I want to be able to influence positively in different ways other students and other members of my community. So I think, take these things now at this stage in your life and continue to just build upon them. Build that community, build those networks, and take, again, those core values that make you who you are into your experiences, because I'm certain you'll see kind of the impact throughout your whole life.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Ashley.
I would say when I was younger, I thought that making an impact meant that I had to save the world. It meant that I had to end world hunger. And that's not necessarily true. You can make an impact in your community. You can make an impact just in your household. So I would say find something that you're passionate about and do something toward that is within your capacity. If that is saving the world, then go for it. But if it's just buying someone lunch tomorrow, then that's fine as well, because all of those little things, they add up. You may encounter someone that didn't have any money for lunch. So that is just, for them, a really big deal. And for you, it may not be that big of a deal. I remember in college, I helped a classmate with some accounting work, which to me was easy, right? Easy peasy, that was my major. For him, I didn't realize that was between, passing that class was the determination of whether he was going to graduate that year or not. So he ended up graduating, and years later I ran into him and he was so appreciative. But again, that was just, for me, an hour of my time. I didn't really think it was a big deal, but to him it made a huge impact. So just, again, find your passion, do something small, and it'll have that ripple effect.
That's kind of close to what I was thinking, honestly. Wow. I know. Did you look at my notes too? I would say chase your passion over that position, because we'll get caught up in, that position of, becoming a principal or that director or the dean or this, that, and the third. And we'll be stuck on that position for so long that we'll forget why we started that journey, and we'll miss the opportunities to help that one person that really needed it. That one individual that was on the verge of failing and, potentially never graduating kind of thing. We'll miss that opportunity. And chasing that passion, making sure that you don't, miss it, you don't forget about it. And just one thing that's just been sitting in my mind since then, Bell Hooks once said to just live simply so others can just simply live. Because that just keeps you humble, keeps you close to who you were when you graduated high school, when you got into undergrad, or from physical therapy to school counseling or nursing to whatever, if you keep that passion, but remembering and staying humble and true to yourself, and then, rounding your shoulders back, standing high and tall, and remembering and being proud about yourself and your roots and where your parents came from and whoever your inspirations were, just keeping that passion close to yourself.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Mayla.
So when I heard this question, it reminded me about a quote I've heard before by a woman named Betty Reese. And she said, if you think you're too small to be effective, you haven't been in bed with a mosquito. And I know that sounds, I know it sounds a little funny, but we all know the effects that mosquito can have because we feel it, we see it, it is effective. So I just want to emphasize the fact tonight that there is nothing too small. There's no skill too small to be able to contribute into the world. Anything you have, you can bring it to the table and just be intentional about what you're trying to do. I always think about how you build a house. When building a house, they use screws and nails. Screws and nails are very small, and a lot of times they can even be overlooked, just like how we overlook our skills. However, these screws and nails are extremely essential to building a house. It is what builds the frame of the house, what gives the house structure, what gives it its shape. And without the screws and the nails, the house wouldn't be able to stand. It will be faulty, it will be shaky. That's kind of like the world. If we're so small, but the world is so big, but we're so essential to the world. If we aren't here to make our own small impacts, or even could be big, then the world wouldn't be able to stand and wouldn't be able to grow and develop in positive ways. So my advice to fellow students here, just like me or everyone, is to take what you have and use it. What we see as small can be gold to the world. So, and I would also like to encourage all the students to just try to impact the world in all of their spaces. And I do feel like a community cannot impact itself or help itself the way we as a community can come together and help itself. So yes, I would just like to encourage you all to just make an impact and be the change.
And with that, that concludes our 2023 SAC panel. Audience, please give them another round of applause. They did an amazing job. All right, panelists, please stay seated. President Dorsey has something she would like to say to you.
Oh, you were amazing. Thank you. Nice job. I just want to take a moment to thank the panelists for being here tonight. Weren't they amazing? Every one of you, just as a token of our appreciation. I know many of you traveled a good ways to be here tonight, and you were
Thank you.
fabulous. So I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you so much. Names? Oh.
Thank you.
This is for you.
Thank you.
Feel free to open now.
Thank you. I love the polka dots.
Thank you so much.
Give them a round of applause.
So if you all want to get up for a photo, please. It's for the memes. All right. Nice. Thank you, everyone. Get one more round of applause, please. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Amazing job. Thank you. All right. Thank you to our panelists today. We're going to continue with the rest of our program. So, when I told you earlier today that the Studentverse has some interesting people in it, I wasn't lying. And these are only a few scholars representing less than a fifth of the time that Central Scholarship has existed. Do you see what I'm talking about? We're building something special, and our time is just getting started. Speaking of time, student loans are slated to be due again in September, as we kind of, just discussed in the panel. Thumbs down. But thanks to the generosity of Ira and late Marcia Wagner, if you're one of our past scholarship recipients, you might not have to worry about this for at least a little while. But for many others, the other shoe known as interest drops, so you owe even more money, just as what Ashley was talking about earlier. So I'm not exactly sure who designed this whole system, but that's whack, right? Education is a right, not a privilege. And that's one reason Central Scholarship also focuses on tackling the issue of student loan debt in America. While a whopping $1.78 trillion, I don't even know how many zeros that are, but I know that's a lot of zeros, of student debt hangs over students across the country. We're gonna do our part to bring that down starting right now. It's our time, and we are about to wipe out $30,000, I know how many zeros are in that one, of debt right here. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin our $30,000 loan repayment drawing, please welcome our 2017 winner, Kiara Scott, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Juju and President Dorsey, for inviting me here tonight. I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude and overwhelming excitement as I have the incredible honor of joining you once again, not as a recipient, but as a presenter for a highly anticipated 2023 Loan Paydown Award. When Central Scholarship awarded me the life-changing $30,000 award in 2017, I never could have imagined the impact that it would have on my life. It provided me with the financial stability and freedom to pursue my dreams, embark on new educational opportunities, and make a difference in my community. The generosity of this organization changed the trajectory of my life, and for that I will be forever grateful. Returning to Central Scholarship today, I am humbled to have the opportunity to give back and pay forward the incredible support that was extended to me. It is a privilege to be a part of an organization that understands the transformative power of education and the profound impact that financial assistance can have on someone's life. As I assist in the award drawing, I am filled with excitement for the deserving individual whose name will be called. I know that this award will provide them with an incredible opportunity to alleviate the burden of educational debt and pursue their dreams with renewed vigor and determination. It is my hope that this award serves as a catalyst for their success, just as it has been for me. Well, not only me, but it has been a catalyst of success for so many other recipients. Let's take a look.
Tonight, the ticket number is 430150.
Whoa!
Rain.
The number is 430245. Right there, look at that. How about that? $30,000. And here's your stunned winner. There she is, Kara Jones. It took her a while for it to sink in that she won, but then she talked to me on stage.
Great.
I tell you what, Ira and Marsha Wagner, they put up the funds every year.
And the winner is Jennifer Cook.
And the recipient is Kimberly Ozuna.
Local college graduate doesn't have to pay off her federal student loans after today.
Thank you so much, Central Scholarship. You don't understand the burden you just took off of me.
The winner is Solane Kumara.
Thank you to every one of you guys here. Thank you to Central Scholarship, the staff, the donors. I really wasn't expecting this today, but I am so, so thankful.
Now, let's find out who the lucky recipient will be for 2023.
And this year's recipient of the Pay Down Your Loan will be Tanika Hooker.
Hey, I just want to, I'm completely shocked. I never win anything ever. And I was sitting there like, they're not going to call my name. And I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. To Central Scholarship, to the donors, thank you all so much.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I have to tell you, that is the most exciting part of this program. And the impact that being able to help a student pay off their student loans, the calls that I receive, it brings me great joy. It really does. So congratulations again to Miss Tanika Hooker. And I know you're going to pay it back. You have all the characteristics that we look for in our scholars, and I'm happy for you. Yes. So as we come to a close to this wonderful and amazing evening, I'm just filled with pride and gratitude. Tonight we have celebrated the exceptional achievements and unwavering dedication of our remarkable scholars. Your accomplishments have illuminated this room, inspiring us all with boundless priorities.
That's my speech.
That's yours!
That's my speech.
I thought it sounded familiar. Well, let me do this. I am proud to introduce, here we go, I apologize, my chair and true supporter David Rothschild.
And I'm going to do something I'm known for a little bit. I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to change the speech. No, thank you, Tira. I am proud and grateful to be part of this organization. I just want to make an observation in response to the panel off the cuff. The thing that frustrates me is that diversity, equity, and inclusion, lifting people up, is not just the right thing to do. It makes things better for all of us, whether you're a capitalist like me or anybody else. The thing that is infuriating to me is that justice is good for all of us. It's not the right thing to do. It lifts up all of us. And we have a fight in front of us. So I am grateful. I'm really thrilled to witness the achievements of our students and their dedication and the battles that they fight. Their accomplishments illuminate the room and the rest of the world, and they inspire all of us with the boundless potential that reside within all of you. So congratulations to everybody that received an award both tonight and from Central Scholarship. Your hard work, perseverance, and passion have brought you here, and we applaud you for your commitment to education. Central Scholarship has always believed in the transformative power of education, and you exemplify this belief in the most extraordinary way. So I want to move on to some administrative stuff. As chair of Central Scholarship, I'm going to announce our plans for celebrating our 100th year. In 2024, Central Scholarship will mark 100 years, our centennial, of empowering students and transforming lives through education. We're proud to have supported countless scholars over the past 100 years, and we are more than determined than ever to continue this legacy of impact and opportunity. We are thrilled to announce one of our long-term partners, the Charles Crane Family Foundation, has pledged a $100,000 dollar-for-dollar challenge match in honor of our anniversary. Next year's celebration will be like no other. We are curating an unforgettable experience where we will gather to celebrate not only the achievements of our remarkable scholars, but the profound impact Central Scholarship has had on Maryland and beyond. Our goal is to make the Centennial Gala an event that will leave an indelible mark on your hearts and minds. We are showcasing the incredible stories of our history, our scholars, and recognizing the mentors and partners who have championed their dreams. So finally, I'd like to I edited my remarks a little bit earlier, an observation, and combine that with a request that you heard our students make tonight. While I'm grateful for the dedication of our staff and the hard work of our board and volunteers and the generosity of our donors, I'm going to let you in on a secret. We all do this work because of the joy we receive when we get to be a part of you making better lives for yourselves and your families. As all of you move forward in your life, I ask that you reach out to others that you know working to advance their lives through the power of education and offer your support. You can also offer support to Central Scholarship by giving us a donation later, but seriously, your time and your advice and your encouragement could change someone's life. And I ask you to do this more than because it's the right thing to do, but because it's a source of joy and fulfillment and purpose in your life. And by helping others, it will give more to you than the other people that are receiving from you. So thank you, and let us embark on this exciting journey toward our centennial year with anticipation and enthusiasm and determination and a bit of a fight. Here's to a brighter future and a memorable Centennial Gala in 2024. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, David. And thank you all for attending the 16th Annual Student Award Ceremony. Before we leave, I want to ask all awardees to remain in the auditorium for the annual student photo. Also, I actually have an ask before we leave. I'm going to switch up my script a little bit too. I would love for us to take a quick video before we leave this room today. So if I can get some support, thank you so much. When I count off, I'm going to exit this stage and stand in front of all of you. And I would love, on the count of 3, when I say 1, 2, 3, everyone gives me their biggest Central Scholarship. I mean, I feel like, are we good with that? Yes, I was like, I think I need a response for that. Also, before I hop off the stage, I just want to give you a quick reminder to, as you exit the museum, all guests are welcome to take a copy of our program with a complete list of this year's awarded scholarships and recipients. And thank you all so much for being here, and you all have just agreed to be on my Instagram Reel or TikTok. Thank you very much. Follow Professor Juge. Okay, thank you all so much. You want to stand right here, maybe in the middle? I will get off. And I will count us off, and the word is Central Scholarship. Okay. Great.